Welcome to Emotionally Baked, where baking and emotions are the two most perfect ingredients. Hello, and welcome back to Emotionally Baked, where we talk and share and bake and do all the things. We're getting our emotions out through baking. So welcome and happy to have you here today. Today I have coffee. I need it today. And probably I shouldn't be recording because I'm literally coming off really emotional high right now. Emotional, like I'm full of all the things. And we're gonna make comfort food. And because I haven't eaten breakfast, and I am recording this on a Monday. I haven't eaten breakfast, and so I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. And I had some bananas that needed to be used, and so we're just gonna baffle. Today is baffling and banana bread. So we're gonna baffle or babble. I think we're gonna do babble and banana bread. And I usually don't like my bananas as soft as these are. These are pretty soft, so I usually don't like them this soft, but hey, I need to use them up. My birds are just lovely today. So I'm going to use a recipe from The Joy of Vegan Baking. It is just the simple banana muffin recipe, and I'm just going to make it into banana bread. You can do that. And it did call for 4 bananas, but I'm going to use only 3 because that's all I have, and it should be fine. I've done this before with just 3, so we're going to do that. And we're going to talk about why I'm just going to babble today. Because there's a lot of extra little things going on that I couldn't quite fit with a fun little word and all that kind of stuff. So, Oh, and by the way, I have got my first fan mail. Now, was that fan my mother? Yes. But hey, we're going to just share it anyways. She sent me a pastry blender. So my other pastry blender was broken, and I don't know if she noticed that from a video or what. But she sent me a new one. So thanks, Mom. Gotta love it. So I'm just mushing out my bananas with the pastry blender. This works really well if you don't want to get out your mixer. Most of the time, I get out my stand mixer and mix this up. But you know what? I felt like I needed to get out a little aggression today. So, the recipe is very simple. It's bananas, obviously, because we're making banana bread. Let me just grab my recipe. It is 2 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of water, a teaspoon of vanilla, and chocolate chips. There you go. Bake at 350, and we're going to mix it all into my favorite bowl. Yay! So, baffling? No, Heather, babbling. Well, you know what? It's probably going to end up being both because I'm baffled by what's going on right now, and I'm just going to babble about it. So, it's a Monday. It's the end of March. Getting all the things together. Just yesterday, me and my husband did tons of yard work, getting the mulch done, getting things, ready for spring. Things have just literally started blooming everywhere. And yeah, I was just so tired. Last night, went to bed. This morning, drove my kids to school. Got home. And lo and behold, found a gigantic puddle of water in my laundry room on the floor. Y'all, the water issues at my house, I have a stand-up freezer, which is a really tall, it's like as big as this refrigerator, and it was left open a little teeny smidge, and it just, everything's melted. Y'all, thank goodness. I used to store all of the breast milk in there when I was pumping for my niece. Thank goodness that it's just some popsicles, but it is like some stored jams and jellies that I have. Okay, so some of it is a little disappointing. Some of it should be okay, y'all. So I hadn't eaten breakfast yet and seen all this, and so I put a towel down, closed it. I'm staring at it right now, and I am just going to make myself some breakfast and drink my coffee because I am truly baffled and just upset and just I feel like I can't handle right now. So I've mixed all of my wet ingredients into here, my oil, water, vanilla, and I did put the sugar in this time. If you remember from a time before, I accidentally sifted the sugar, and it didn't do so well. So I do have all of my dry ingredients in my sifter, and I'm going to go ahead and sift those into here and just mix that up really quick. I mean, that's super easy. It's just those ingredients mixed together. The only thing I changed was I added some cinnamon into the flour into it because I feel like banana bread just does really well with cinnamon, and I just like it. So that's all I did. That was different. So I definitely feel like the emotions of today definitely warrant some comfort food. Banana bread is comfort for me, and yeah, and just babbling away because I just feel like, this is one of those emotions. I feel like babbling should be like considered emotion, especially when something like this happens and you just like weren't expecting it, and you were just like, this is not what I wanted to do with my day. This is not what this screwed up all the plans. And I'm just, oh my goodness. I mean, not that I had wonderful plans, but I had plans. Oh my goodness. And I'm just like, I'm at the verge of like, it's that tear laughter situation where you're like, I want to cry, but if I cry, what is that? I mean, and then I'm going to laugh. It's all the things. Oh, friends. And I feel like, and the big reason is like why I'm feeling so like flustered and all these things is that I just feel like it has been one thing after the other. Like one thing, if it wasn't with like water situations, if it wasn't the roof leaking, it was the pipe burst in our backyard. Now it's this freezer leaking and all the water. Oh, and another water thing. See? Perfect. It is a perfect word for today. The baffling and all the such. Oh my gracious. It was my fault. And this one I will take complete responsibility for. But I was cleaning out the pond in the back, and I should have been using something that was dull plastic, not sharp like a pitchfork that I used. So I was using a pitchfork to get out the gunk and the guck out of the pond that had got in there over the winter, and I must have punctured the pond lining because all the water drained out of the pond. So now I'm gonna have to get another. So I took all the stuff out yesterday. I took all the rocks from the pond and I'm getting it all situated and fixed so that I can put another lining in there, and it's just my luck. Oh my goodness. It's like, come on. April Fool's is this week and I'm feeling like I'm getting bamboozled. That should be another word for the banana bread. Bamboozled. I feel bamboozled. Friends, it is just one of those Mondays. Okay, I'm gonna put chocolate chips in here because girl needs some chocolate. I feel like chocolate solves so many things, at least for me. So is that enough? I don't know. We'll see. Gotta eat a couple. Here we go. Give it a good stir. And we're gonna put it in our muffin pan. Well, not muffins. I'm not doing muffins. I'm doing banana bread. So we're gonna put it in our bread pans. And that's another thing. I ran out of cooking spray. Gotta go to the store to get some cooking spray, don't you? So right now I'm risking putting I'm not gonna risk it totally, but I don't have any do I have any parchment paper? I don't think I have any parchment paper. No. So I think I'm just gonna line, or I'm just gonna, sometimes oil and butter work to spray a pan. We're gonna cross our fingers and hopefully that will work. Who knows? We shall see. Okay, this is going in our baking pan. Got it all buttered. I'll just pray that when I'm ready to eat breakfast that this will all come out okay. Now this usually makes 12 muffins. We are making a loaf of banana bread with it. I think it suits just fine for this pan. Yeah, I think it does well because I like it to be about that full for banana bread. So, you could fancy this up and make some, like a crumble top. A crumble top is pretty easy. You just do some cold butter and some flour and some brown sugar and do a crumble top. You could do, and you could even like crush up some maybe pecans or walnuts with that and put it on top. I love a good crunch on something. You could do that. I might do something on top since I'm feeling extra bamboozled today and baffled and all the things. I am just, I might be treating myself to a special loaf of banana bread. Just make it all the good things for me. Because no one's here right now. So mom can make it for mom. And that's, I feel like I'm gonna do. So you can tell that I am just, thank you for listening to me just babble in this episode. And, maybe it's fun to see, that stuff isn't always planned, to the T, and stuff happens, life happens. Definitely life happened to me today. And I'm glad I'm having an outlet in which I can get these emotions out and baking it out and doing all the things because I really need it. This is slowly helping me kind of like decompress just a little bit and not get too overwhelmed with my upcoming project of cleaning the refrigerator Gonna try not to cry. This is me trying not to cry. Oh goodness. It'll be okay. It will be okay. The banana bread will help. Cross the fingers. It will help. So I did go ahead and make myself a special topping because I felt like I needed it today. So I did add a little cinnamon in here too. Sugar, butter, brown sugar, butter, some flour, and some cinnamon. And it just looks like crumbly little stuffs. And I'm just gonna sprinkle that over the top and have that be that. And then I'm gonna bake it at I'm gonna spread it out a little bit, but bake it at 350, 375 for, I'm gonna keep an eye on it, maybe 20 minutes, 20, 30, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And since we're babbling and just talking, and today, because that's literally the feelings right now, I just wanted to tell you a little bit. I don't know if I've told you a little bit about myself and just other things that I like to do while I wait for my banana bread to cure all of my bewilderment. Oh, look, I'm coming up with all these words today that go with banana bread. Bewilderment, baffling, bamboozled, all the things. Oh. All the things that go with my banana bread today. Yes. So like I had mentioned before earlier, me and my husband did a lot of like yard work and stuff yesterday. So I was like super exhausted and I was just trying, like this morning was so hard to get up. So that's why I'm like, another reason, like when you're extra tired, like having something literally happen that you have to exert, like the energy that I'm gonna have to exert to clean that refrigerator, yeah, it's just even more daunting. Anywho, so we have about, what I was meaning to say by all that is we have about an acre of property here where we live, and there's a lot of trees, forest, and like stuff, a lot of things, and so we have a lot of stuff to quote take care of. But I love it so much. I'm so into my plants, planting. I was taking care of my garden yesterday and all my plants and all the things. It's super fun. So that's another thing that I love to do. Besides like my chickens and my chickens, I have all my plants, my garden. Yeah. One time I should talk books and something with a B. It doesn't quite go today, books and banana bread, because books are such a passion of mine recently, so we'll save that for a day when I'm feeling extra passionate. But I love reading too. Those are on my refrigerator. All these stickers right here, they're actually little mini books of like 5-star reads that I just hold near and dear to my heart. Anyway, so those are some other things that I like to do. And here I am just sitting, wondering what to talk about while my banana bread bakes. See? The brain is all scrambled today. So while my banana bread bakes, yeah, well, I will let that bake, and maybe I will get working on some of my dripping freezer while I wait for that. And I'll come back and maybe have breakfast with you. So, well, that took a lot longer to bake than I thought. So here it is, all nice and done. It almost took an hour. So my assumption was wrong. So if you do make this into muffins, definitely it's like 20 minutes. If you're gonna make it into banana bread, it's an hour. So be prepared. And I am starving, but I have to let this cool a little bit so that I can eat it. I can't just eat it because it's too hot. So anywho, while I waited for this to finish, I did get my freezer all clean. So yay. And I went ahead and cleaned the back fridge too. So I guess there was a silver lining to it all. So I am going to have a late breakfast and hopefully get some other things done that I wanted to. But yeah, if you are just bewildered and just baffled by something today, or whenever you're listening to this, just know that you're in the same, like you have somebody right there with you, because, oh my goodness, this Monday'd. So, and I even had to call my mom in the midst of like everything, of recording, of cleaning, and just to kind of just tell her what was going on. So yeah, friends, I hope you enjoy this recipe. Again, it was from The Joy of Vegan Baking. I'm not sure if they have a website. I'll look to see, but I'll put the recipe in the show notes or in the description below. All right, friends, have a great one. And always remember that whether the salt in your recipes comes from tears or a teaspoon, just remember we baked it out. See you next time.